many would consider our main event.
This is what we all came for. A match like this. These teams have been working their asses off. You can tell in all the matches they played today, they haven't always been under a lot of pressure, but in the moments they were, their quad IQ is high now, especially Blacklist. One of those teams that would always rely on speed and power. They've upped their strategy. Their tactics are looking good. They're playing smart. Even though they don't have a lot of their vets, I can't wait to see these guys go head-to-head. It's going to be fireworks for sure.
Yeah, I mean, to me, this is really, just coming off as a battle of old versus new as well. Blacklist, a team that's been very well established in the sport of World Chase Tag, versus Fakaw, a team where I've said this multiple times over the span of the day, Amos, but you and I were able to cast their first really big upset showing a few months back, where I don't think anyone really expected them to make as big of an impact as they have.
Absolutely. They were dark horses for sure. It was insane to watch. And they've even leveled up way more than that now. So, yeah, I'm so excited to see these guys clash. I'm curious about the pairings. I wonder how methodical Yohan has been. Antoine, I wonder if he's thinking about pairings. First up, we're going to have Antoine from Fakaw. He's known for his stings, his really aggressive tags, and it looks like we've got Killian as the first evader for Blacklist. He's going to have to be moving quick if he's going to get out of reach of these really aggressive fast tags from Antoine.
And we're underway right now. I want to keep in mind some of these pairings that we're getting for such a high-level matchup chase tag, starting us out early. Here we go now, though. Over to the tilted cube to slow things down. The juke back over. Two reaches with the left hand do not connect. We're going to go off to the races very, very early. Here we go. That's going to be a cut around the outside. A couple seconds left to go, and that's a trip over. Blacklist is already on the board with one.
Oh, my goodness. That is crazy. Antoine is a great chaser. Definitely some slip-ups and some suboptimal choices, but Killian just looked so calm and controlled. Look at him getting those looks on the front line. He gets a nasty ghost there. Wow. Both teams throwing ghosts. This is quite an even matchup. This is going to be good to see.
All right,
Esteban, one of the top players.
Yeah, arguably, in Amos's opinion, I'm with you on this. Potentially the MVP for this team. Could be the MVP of the whole event if he's able to put Fakaw back on the map right here. Is going to get the tag and now has a shot to get an equalizer point as early as Chase 3.
Smart play by Esteban. He stayed calm and collected. On the ridge, he just played his game. He made sure the evader couldn't cut back. He took the front line. He didn't try to pressure a tag on the front line. He just followed and he looked for the right opportunity. That was a safe tag. Esteban definitely looking like one of the strongest players here today. Looks like Abdallah's power and speed is now going to try to pin down Esteban's good evading skills.
Okay, and again, I mentioned this before. Keep an eye on these pairings. We have a lot of chase tag left to play between these two titans right now. Esteban looking a little bit slippery, but doubled back on himself at the front line, somehow able to create some distance, and that was enough time for an evasion. Of course, we're even 1-1.
Yes, Esteban. That is the second or third time I've seen him do that today. It's a cheeky little cutback on the front line where he looks like he's going to be stealing the cut, but watch what he does. He fakes the step vault. This is one of my favorite moves. I love to do this myself. And that was enough to throw a wrench at Abdallah, where he cut his speed and he could no longer quickly get up. That opens the door to the cube for Esteban.
Okay, Abdallah did not work with his speed right here, so we see Antoine come in instead. Cutting off the angle, beautifully done right there. It looks like maybe that connection was made. We have not seen a DTR all day. Esteban caught up, but that slip up is going to be a crucial error. If we don't see a DTR, Fakaw will take the lead now.
Esteban knew he had it, started slapping the bench early, gave Antoine some of his own medicine. Watch Esteban rip that high line to the sisters. Beautifully done. I don't know if we're going to get to see it here. Right here at this way station, Antoine probably thought he had it. But that's one of the best lures of fast competitors, is they can make you think you have a sure tag and still slip out of there. Esteban notably at the piss corner there, playing the correct bar as well. He did not play the bar closer to the front line. He played that single bar EQ further closer to the sisters, and that gave him. Oh, I thought we were watching a replay. That was the next chase.
That was the
Abdallah
next one.
tracks him down with speed.
Yeah, and I was going to say maybe an interesting pairing. You had said, matching the tactics of Esteban with the speed and agility of Abdallah. It worked out But I mean, Esteban had 3 chases under his belt right there to potentially evade, and he got Fakaw firmly back in the lead here.
Absolutely. Let's see if Abdallah can use his speed to best Roger.
Okay, we have not seen Roger yet in
Oh,
this bout right here. He put up a ton of points today. Can he continue to do it versus Blacklist? That remains to be seen, but that was a really, really solid chase so far.
and here you are. Abdallah is one of the fastest competitors in sport. Brains beats bronze. Don't ever forget that. High quad IQ from Roger, played the bay amazingly well and set up the pounce under the ridge.
Okay. Do we see the creep around? No. That's a lot of space afforded for Roger right now.
Oh,
Again, a slip at the lazy boy means there's plenty of room to play with now for Fakaw. Few seconds left on the clock. You gotta make a move sooner or later. Set up the trap, but that slip up is gonna cost you big time. It is a third point going to Fakaw, and they are starting to run away.
wow, this is so wild. I knew Fakaw was going to be good, but oh my goodness. And they're putting the pressure on Blacklist, so now we're starting to see some cracks in Blacklist's trap continuums. And you saw it there. There were 2 times, the Lazy Boy and the Cube, where Roger's tripwires were so well done that Antoine fell apart and he stumbled and he did not execute the final part of that trap.
Okay, this was a big thing I was going to ask. I mean, it was a lot of chases alternating between Antoine and Abdullah, and now we have Marwan coming through right now, maybe to pick up the pieces. But look, Roger will not be denied. Look at this so far.
He only has one more
Another
chance.
one comes through. The final reach over, saved by the bell once again. It was so close, but Roger tactically doing it. You said it before, tactics beats brawn.
There were 3 interactions there where Marwan was looking comfortable and controlled, and he was setting up quite good traps. But Roger has been putting the work in the actual trap position as an evader. Some of those wrenches he threw, some of those jabs and crosses is what allowed him to sneak out.
Okay, this is our first showing here from Andy, I believe, as well, or one at first or second.
Amazing at the
across
bay.
the diagonal, got him.
Man. I always say crosses kill spiders. Remember that, everyone. And that was a great example right there. Great cross. He caused the chaser to put all of his weight on the other foot. That gave him his out, but it was not enough. Eventually getting tracked down through percentage right there. That cross, boom, big head movement. That gives him his window.
Unbelievable. We are at chase number 10, and Fakaw has blown the door wide open over a veteran team in Blacklist so far. Luke Jan caught the angle correctly. He's a scrappy one for sure, and he's got Andy shaking in his boots for just a second. Luke gets to take the quad now to evade.
Luke just saying, you think the ridge starts the best place? Not with me, son. Look at how aggressive he gets that heavy tail. Almost losing it, but has such a heavy tail that it ends up coming through. Great job not going over to the full rodeo as well. He stopped early. He cut his trap continuum. He knew he had the front line. Sisters start like City does with it.
We're very close to a match point here in favor of Fakaw after having these points just going left, right, and center. Got him very early right there, but Blacklist needs to make some magic happen right now if they want to see this victory.
Yeah, Killian's saying, I don't even mind you doing some fancy stuff with the sisters because I already have my sisters trap continuums down, and I'm going to pin you right there at Piz Corner. That's actually my chosen approach to sisters when people try to play like that. His foot placement was perfect.
But this could be the dinner bell ringing right here. Esteban back on the starting platform. If you give this guy an inch, he's going to take a mile. Caught him before you could go for the underneath on the mountain. And just like that, I believe we are at least a chase or 2 away from just match point and the end of our day, Fakaw being our victors.
Yeah, that's a tall order. He did show good patience, not jumping out too early, but he was too late because Esteban can descend so quickly down ridge. His legs are just so long. It's like nothing for him to come down with full speed on the drag strip. All right, is this match point? I believe so. Esteban could finish us off right here. Oh, he gets too deep.
This is the same matchup as before. Abdullah did not get it over Esteban the first time around, was able to do it on the second. 5 seconds left to go, cut off the angle and got there in time. But that was a scary one, and now he needs to get 3 in a row to tie.
I could tell Abdallah was keeping his cool. right there, that was a great read. He didn't go directly into the cube. He knew that Esteban had sisters. So instead, he cast a wider net that gave him the heavy tail opportunity. And here it is. We are here at this crazy match. Match point. And it looks like Jules, the juggernaut, is on the quad for Abdallah.
Here we go, and he's just going off early right there. I think he was, he put his hands on his head for a second. Cannot believe he did not get the tag right there. Abdallah, if there was a time to put the jets on, if you saved any gas left in the tank, you had it. There's the fake. He goes, you cut back across the diagonal right into him. No, he gets caught right with a second left. Fakaw will find the tag at the finish line. Jules says, I don't know. I got it. We got the victory. Fakaw is your winner of the WCT7 French qualifier with a 4-1 scoreline over Team Blacklist.
And if that first one was ambiguous at all, Jules just going to say, it doesn't matter. I got more juggernaut dives for y'all. This is just going to be more entertaining. And it puts in the ridge trade dive. Big one for the finish. And now, I was saying before, I don't see world championships without Fakaw in this next world championships. That definitive win makes me feel all the more confident believing that. Fakaw have been putting in the work. Johan is a great coach. I've seen it firsthand. I've gotten to work with these guys on every quad after world championships. These guys have heart. They're passionate. They work hard, obviously, because they've leveled up from their last win with Eugen, which a lot of people might have thought was a fluke. Now they're saying, no flukes. We're here to be in the main league with the big boys.
Yeah, what an unbelievable, and honestly, I mean, in the sport of chase tag, quite a meteoric rise we have seen from Fakaw. Again, I mean, it cannot be understated. These guys took a victory at a chase-off over Eugen, a very, very potent team, like a few months ago. It was very recent that this happened, and for them to be able to do this over a team as tenured as Blacklist is just unbelievable.
Absolutely. I don't know if we have a date on the calendar. I think it's just spring 2025, or maybe even earlier than that is the French Nationals. French Nationals, as World Chase Tag mentioned in the comments, is going to be insane. I agree. I cannot wait to see French Nationals.
All right, and just like that, a big congratulations. You see it in our standings. You see our team captains right here for our top 2 placing teams with their hands in the air. They
also
will be qualifying as well.
And also putting Loic's hands in the air. Those are the guys behind the scene, Loic, Thomas, and their team. Those guys put so much work into putting these events on. They contribute so much to the sport. So big gratitude to those guys. Even though they're not big Hollywood fans, I let it go. Those guys definitely contribute a lot. And so big ups to those guys as well.
Yeah, round of applause for everyone here. Guys, we want to thank you so much for watching with us. It was an amazing day of Chase Tag, but with that, I believe we are done for the day. Congratulations to Fakaw for taking this one home completely undefeated. We got Team Blacklist Parkour coming in a close second as well, and great showings from our new teams, as well as some teams of old. Kase, Wildcats, Urban Gravity, Family is back. Everyone did an amazing job. Also, shout-outs to the youth leagues as well. Griffin 21 and Fakaw 66 for putting on a great exhibition. I remind the viewers at home that the youth league will be starting in January of 2025. You are not going to want to miss that one, as well as the great adult leagues that we have going on right now as well. But with that, Amos, I believe we are done for the day. Let's wrap it up. I've been Walt Bransma. We got Amos Rendau. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you next time.
Hey, man. Absolute pleasure to do this with you, Walt. Can't wait for the next one. And everyone in the chat, thanks for the hilarious questions and bringing a lot of good energy. Much love to y'all, and we'll see you soon.
Peace out, guys.